Do you believe that you are enough as you are right now, and that you do deserve everything that you are trying to manifest right now, just as you are? Most people don't actually believe that they are deserving or that they are worthy of the things that they are trying to manifest. And when we talk about being in flow and attracting things, if you feel like the things that you want to manifest, the things that you are after, are not flowing to you, then that means there is a block. So in order to get what you want, you have to remove the block. And for most people, the way that blocks show up is when you are actually sabotaging your own success because you don't deep down believe that you are deserving, that you are worthy of having the things that you want. And some of you watching might be thinking, no, I believe that I am worthy, I believe that I am enough, and I do believe that I deserve everything that I want. And that might be what you are actively thinking, what you are consciously thinking, but does your subconscious agree? Are you on the same page? One way to figure out if you truly think that you are deserving of the things that you want is to ask yourself, what does my actions say? If you're someone who has people-pleasing tendencies, if you're someone who always feels like you have to be working really, really hard, maybe you are anxious all the time because you feel like you have to always be productive, these are little signs that you might not think that you are enough as you are. You might be thinking, I need to work harder to get the things that I want. I need to put in more time in order to get what I want. And when your actions say these things, what you're sending out, the message that you're putting out to the universe is that you are not good enough as you are and you don't yet deserve the things that you want. But that keeps you in this cycle, this loop of trying and working for something and not getting it, and then feeling like you're not worthy and that you don't deserve it yet, and that you need to keep trying harder. But that keeps you stuck. That's what's blocking your manifestation from coming. So how do you get out of that? How do you rewire your brain to understand and accept that you are deserving of the things that you want right now without having to do anything, without having to work really hard for it? You are deserving of the things that you want as you are. The first step is to identify the mindset that you've been operating on that's likely been ingrained into you, what you've been practicing up to this point. What patterns and habits have you been practicing, or what patterns and habits have you been holding on to that's not bringing you the results that you want? Are you chasing after the same kinds of people over and over again, hoping to find someone who is going to be a good partner, but you find that it doesn't ever work out because it almost feels like you're forcing something to happen? Once you've identified the behavior or the mindset that you've been operating on, that you have to commit to letting it go and understand that it hasn't been working out because it's not serving you, it's not doing anything positive for you. And letting go isn't necessarily giving up. We think of it as giving up, but letting go of what isn't serving you, letting go of what doesn't work for you, is the greatest form of self-love. It's you growing and realizing that you deserve better, that you are truly worthy, and in letting go of the things, the people that no longer serve you, you're putting out a really important message to the universe that you have expanded energetically, that you have realized your potential, that you are ready to be in receiving mode, that you're ready to align with the things that you are after. I'm going to touch back on the idea of trying and working really hard to get what you want, but feeling like you're not getting any closer to where you want to be. If you're putting a lot of work into something, but you feel miserable, it feels like this terrible cycle, it feels like it's draining you of all your energy, and you're just not having fun with it, that's a really good sign that you're forcing something to happen. Maybe you are being attached to like controlling tendencies. Maybe you just want something that isn't the right time for you to have, or maybe you want something that isn't the right person for you to have. If you're chasing or putting a lot of work, a lot of effort into something, but it feels draining, then you need to shift from this idea of effort to this mode of receiving and aligning yourself with the things that you want, versus working really hard to try and force something to happen. And the idea is simple. It's all about having fun with what you're doing. So if what you're trying to do isn't fun and you're not able to make it fun, that's a good sign that you might need to pivot your direction. It doesn't mean that you have to stop going after what you want, but maybe a slight shift in direction, maybe a slight shift in what you're trying to do, maybe a different method or a different technique is what you need. It's this idea of redirection. If you're going in the wrong direction, if you're going down the wrong path and things aren't working out, it could be that the universe is trying to redirect you on the right path, on the path that you're meant to be on. And one way to recognize the signs is to think about little things that you've always wanted to do, or little things that you've always wanted to try. Those are signs that that's kind of your greater calling, and that's the path that you're meant to be on. And sometimes it's things that we've always wanted to do, but we've been too afraid, or we've been hanging on to this idea of living a normal life or going down a path that's secure and safe. But if you really listen to your instincts and your intuition, you will realize that deep down there's things that you've always wanted to do, but you haven't been able to do it because you've been too afraid. You've been too afraid to let go of what's normal or what's safe. But if your current reality isn't working out, that is a good sign that you're being pushed to follow your true calling. The next thing I want to address is allowing yourself to grow and expand in every aspect of your life. When you are forcing something to happen, when you are really particular with the one area or the one thing that you want, and you're kind of blindsided to everything else in your life, you will run into a lot of different blockages when you do this, because you might be thinking, well, this is the area that I want to grow, and this is the area that I want to improve, and I want to see changes in my life, and I don't care about all the other areas because this one thing will make me happy once I have it. And that's a great road to disappointment, and it usually doesn't work out, because whatever you think might make you happy is usually not what's actually going to bring you joy and fulfillment. And when you limit yourself to growth in only one area, you're really putting yourself in a box, and nothing will keep you stuck more than the limits that you impose upon yourself. So if you allow yourself to expand and grow in every area of your life, you're going to start to see that it's all connected. Maybe you want to gain wealth, maybe you want your finances to expand, and that's all you're focused on, and that's like the one thing you think will make you happy, and you're not allowing other areas of your life, like your social life or your work or whatever else, to grow and expand. You're really limiting yourself. Take a step back and just allow yourself to expand organically, and allow every area to expand. It's all connected. When other areas of your life expand, your finances will expand so much faster than if you were just being very controlling about it. And once you start to see growth in every area of your life, you're going to realize it is possible to grow in many areas at once. There's no reason to limit yourself in that way. And it's usually fear-based. You know, sometimes we might think, well, I don't want to do all of these other things because it's hard and it's difficult, and I'd rather just do it this way because I think this is easier. But a lot of things are hard and difficult. Like, it might be hard to go back to school when you're older and get your degree, but it's also hard to live a life that's mediocre and average. So if both things are hard, then you kind of have to choose what will make you happier. And sometimes when you limit yourself to just one route, maybe you think, I'll just save a lot of money and that's gonna make me happy, and that's gonna increase my wealth. What you're doing is you're cutting off all the other possibilities of you just expanding your income, of you growing in your career, of you expanding your social network and growing in that sense. So be open to expansion on all fronts, because there's really no reason why you can't do it. And when you allow yourself to grow in this way, you're gonna see massive changes in a short period of time, and you're gonna realize just how limiting you are being on yourself once the change happens. Okay, that's it for today's little video. I hope that you found value in this. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with someone who might also find it to be impactful. And I will see you next time. Bye!